Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. Hey, y'all, I miss y'all. All right, I know y'all tired of me doing that because it's been over a month since I have uploaded a video, but you guys, reality TV has failed us. So, yes, I am going to blame it on them. It's terrible. I don't watch it anymore. Like, I don't watch Potomac anymore at all. Married to Medicine, I catch if I can remember. I don't like it though. I did like Phaedra on it. However, Quad is gone, and I'm sorry. I'm that person who just thinks that it's boring without Quad. Not to mention, it's just dead and tired and delayed. And they have Toya in charge of the girls, and I can't get with that. I'm sorry. You let this weak, lazy broad tacky Toya be in charge of the girls now? She's the boss of all of y'all except Heavenly and Jackie? Absolutely not. I can't do it. So I am going to start uploading videos again. I swear that I am. I'm about to get back to it. However, I have to find stuff that I enjoy. I wish I would have done Raising Canaan. It's too late now. About to get the finale, but it's gonna be scripted shit, you guys. Like it just is. So here we go with the first one. So we're gonna talk about, which I would have thought the name of the documentary would have been something like "We Are the World," "Behind the Scenes," "USA for Africa," something like that. But no, it's called "The Greatest Night in Pop." And I'm just like, what? Like, I was trying to look for it again on Netflix, and I'm like, looking up everything. "We Are the World." Yeah, "Greatest Night in Pop." And I just feel like everything about this, the song and what they did was so genius and it was so well executed. Who came up with this name? Because people not gonna be able to find this shit. Anyway, um, let's talk about it. So we start off with some white guy named Ken that had enough. He's up to here with starvation in Africa. Okay, so White Ken said we got to do something. They already have the Band-Aid, so y'all know the white people that got together and made a song, the Christmas song, "Feed the World." Let them know it's Christmas time. That was my jam. But listen, we got them doing it, and White Ken said, listen, we need to have the black people care. Do y'all care? And listen, I wish it would have been a black person that thought of it, but hey, we got here. It's fine. However, we get here. He speaks to Harry Belafonte. Harry Belafonte is on board. He's like, listen, I care too. So we definitely do need to do something. They end up reaching out to Lionel Richie. And y'all, Lionel Richie was a big deal. Okay, he was a big deal. I mean, I knew Lionel Richie was big, but in 1985, apparently he was the man. Because I'm gonna tell you, even I'm jumping ahead, way ahead. But even when they were making this song and all the people were there, if you remember and recall, they're sitting on the stage or whatever, and the risers, whatever it is that they were sitting on, and Diana Ross and Dionne Warwick, blah, all over him. I mean, all over Lionel Richie, and I was just like, damn. So anyway, back to the beginning. So Harry Belafonte reaches out to Lionel Richie. He says, listen, fine, we can do it. So Lionel Richie, Stevie Wonder, and Michael Jackson are supposed to write this song. Lionel Richie has the idea that no, I definitely want Quincy Jones to be involved because he is like a genius. So, and all of this I did not know, you guys. Like I didn't know that Lionel Richie and Michael Jackson wrote it. I mean, at that time I don't think I really cared, but yeah, it was news to me that they wrote it, and the fact that Lionel Richie had such a big part of it, I had no idea. Like he's the one that recruited Quincy Jones. So you would have thought that, I thought that Quincy Jones put it all together. But no, no. So Lionel Richie calls Quincy. Quincy is on board. And like I said, the three of them, Stevie Wonder, Lionel Richie, and Michael Jackson, are supposed to write this song. Lionel said he kept calling Stevie. He's not calling him back. Stevie is just like, I'm too busy. Like he's not calling him back, not saying anything. Then later on we find out that Stevie wants some input. When they start making the song or whatever, Stevie got shit to say. He want to do some Swahili. Stevie need to fuck off. Seriously, because when we wanted you to have some input, you didn't. And I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna be jumping all over because I'm just trying to get it out. It's just my opinion. Like, we're not going step by step and scene by scene, but it's just my opinion on some things, okay? Yeah, Stevie Wonder to me was just annoying as shit. He just really was. And they took all that time with him trying to do this Swahili shit. You had the white guy, I don't even know who it was, but definitely had to been racist as shit, because as soon as they started talking about Swahili, he was like, "Oh, I'm the fuck out of here. I'm out of here." He walked out, and I don't think anybody cared, but he didn't even look back. Like, literally, he didn't say a word. He just walked out. Fine, we don't care. And they didn't, you guys. Like, they obviously did not care that he left. Um so they end up writing the song, and then they have to figure out how to get everybody together. And Lionel Richie is hosting the American Music Awards. And they have the genius idea. You guys, I'm sorry. I just feel like it's genius. The lady said, listen, all these stars are going to be in one place. All these singers, pop stars or whatever, in one place, and they're already coming here. Like, they're paying their own expenses and all that stuff to travel. They're going to be in the building. We're going to try to get them that way. And I'm like, fucking genius. Like, they don't have to pay for them to come. They don't have to do anything. We're just going to ambush them and be like, you love black people, right? You want people to eat, right? Like, you can't say no to this. So they end up going to the American Music Awards. They recruit all these people. I mean, of course, they send, the stuff ahead of time. So the big deal was, listen, we can't tell you where we're gonna do this unless you say that you're gonna do it, and then we'll let you know the location. But we can't let the location get out. It's a really big thing. We don't want anything leaked. Prince said no. Prince was not about it, and that's okay, because apparently him and Michael Jackson had this whole rivalry, and they did. They did at the time, and I was Team Prince all the way. Like Michael Jackson, he's fine, but Prince all the way. Oh, let me back up to when they were making the song, you guys, and they're coming up with the song, and Lionel Richie is talking about how he's at Michael's house for the first time. And he's like, yeah, and Michael comes in and he calls me Lionel. And the way he does Michael's voice, hilarious. He's like, Lionel, I want you to meet Bubbles. And he's like, I don't want to hold no Bubbles. And I was like, Lionel Richie was keeping it real, and I wasn't mad at him. Don't nobody want to hold your monkey. So he said they up there trying to, write the song or whatever, and then you have all this commotion in the kitchen, and apparently the dog and the bird that can talk are going at it, and the bird keep telling the dog to shut up and all that. Like, Lana was like, what the fuck? And then at some point, he hears some hissing and all that or whatever, and it turns out to be the the snake that got away. And Michael's like, Lionel, hold the snake. Here he is, hold the snake. He's like, I gotta get out of here. And I died, because why he gotta do Michael's voice like that? Why everybody gotta do that? So back to the American Music Awards. They end up having all these people come after an award show, you guys. Like, after an award show. That is a huge deal, because the award show takes hours. And I'm sure they were starving. I don't know. Like, I really don't know. Like, I'm just assuming, from what I heard, from what I read, they be starving and all that. And I don't know. Oh, they did eventually get them food. They were having chicken and waffles, like, later on in the at night or the early morning or something, because they ended up not being done, you guys, until what, like 8 o'clock in the morning. It was crazy, but it was a huge deal. So you guys, what I found interesting was the lady who was talking in the beginning that had something to do with putting all the people together. She was saying how, Madonna, first of all, she wanted Sheila E. And of course she wanted Prince, but she's like, yeah, he was in love with Sheila E. and she was doing an amazing job. So she puts her picture up there. She wants Sheila E. She sounds amazing. Glamorous life. That was my jam too, y'all. But I found it interesting that she wanted Madonna, but White Ken wanted Cyndi Lauper. Mistake. Like, what a huge mistake, Ken. Really. Like, you're going to learn. Because Madonna sounded a hot ass mess. And y'all remember that meme or whatever, the video that's out right now or a while ago with Michael Jackson looking at Cyndi Lauper like she lost her mind when she was doing her part. And she didn't sound good, y'all. She didn't. I'm sorry. All that screaming and yelling and shit. No thanks, Cyndi. Keep it. But anyway, I just found it interesting that they couldn't have both of them. Like you have all these different stars, all these different. I just found that a little weird. Like why? Why could you have like Dionne Warwick and um uh Diana Ross, but you couldn't have Cyndi Lauper and Madonna? It's just weird to me. But okay, so they went with Cyndi. Huge mistake. Huge. All right, so then we start getting into all the people that they recruited, and they have Bruce Springsteen. They were saying how he had just finished the tour the night before. He didn't really want to fly, but he was like, family is a huge deal, so we got to do something. We bring in 2024 Bruce Springsteen, and he's not a bad looking guy. He just looked burnt. He just looked burned. Like he looked like he was in the tanning bed too long or something. But I mean, that's fine. I mean, he still did it, which was nice. Then they get to talking about Bob Dylan. Y'all, let me tell y'all. Bob Dylan. When I tell you, me and my boyfriend had a time talking about this fool, because first of all, he looked scared as shit with all these black people around him. He really did. He's a space cadet, because when he started singing, what was he saying? What was he saying? I don't know. I don't know. What was he on? Like, I don't even think he was on nothing for real. I just think he was scared shitless being around all these Negroes. So, me and my boyfriend are texting about it, and this fool says, I'm like, yeah, he looks scared to death. And he's like, yeah, he looks like he just want to be like, I wish you niggas would shut the fuck up. I'm like, yeah, he actually does. That's exactly how he looked. But he actually looked like he had zero friends in that room. Like there was no one for him to talk to, and he just looked very uncomfortable. And I was uncomfortable for him. They made everybody leave while he tried to sing his part. And then he still, boyfriend called it right, he still sounded like buckwheat. Like he sounded a mess on the song. So another mistake. However, we're used to it now. You know, like we grew accustomed to the way even Cyndi Lauper screaming her head off or whatever. Like once you get used to the song, it sounds like it fits. But really, no. Really, no. Even Dionne Warwick. We were talking about Dionne Warwick and how I hate her voice. I hate her face. I hate everything about Dionne Warwick. I'm sorry. I hate the way she talks. I hate the way she looks. I hate the way she was all over Lionel Richie. Like, I just don't like Dionne Warwick, y'all. I don't. I'm sorry. And I just feel like she sounded like shit on there. But she always sound like shit. So there's that. You know who didn't sound like shit though, you guys? It was, and I just wrote his name down because I was determined to know this man's name because I was very impressed with him. Steve. I cannot read my own writing. What is his name? What the fuck is his name? Steve. Oh, Steve Perry. He's the lead singer of Journey. Is it Perry? Y'all, I don't even know what I wrote. I don't even know what I wrote. It's ridiculous. But that guy, he did his thing. So you guys, here's what's crazy to me. And again, I'm just going to be jumping all around. But the fact that we have them trying to put together these black people to care about Africa and the famine and all that stuff or whatever. However, the first like 5-10 minutes, we're talking about all these white people. They wanted Dan Aykroyd. They wanted Bette Midler. They wanted all these people. And I'm just like, can we get to some black people? Like y'all wanted all these, Van Halen was unavailable and all this bullshit that we don't care. Can we just get to... All right, that don't sound right. But yeah, like this is about the black people, no? Oh, but I will say, speaking of white men, Kenny Rogers and Kenny Loggins, nice looking white guys. And still, I don't know, Kenny Rogers, they didn't interview him, did they? I can't remember if they interviewed him. Is he alive? I don't know. Is he alive? Like I really want to stop and Google. But he looked so cute with that white hair and that beard and everything. He just looked like a white teddy bear. He really did. Kenny Loggins, a little hot. Even now, Kenny Loggins can't make the thing like, oh, he can get it. He can't get it. But he's a cute little white guy. I like him. Huey Lewis, you guys. Huey Lewis. And again, we're back to them talking about how they have all of these different people that are saying okay. Tina Turner being one. Who's the blank? Ray Charles being one. Y'all, they told a story about Stevie Wonder helping Ray Charles or vice versa get to the bathroom. And I was dying laughing. The blind leading the blind. I was like, they're so stupid. But yeah, Huey Lewis. He was so nervous when it was time for him to do his part. Like he's sitting there anticipating doing his part and he's watching all these people go. And the fact that he was so enamored with all these other stars. And that is what I really loved about this movie, you guys. The fact that all of these stars were all starstruck with each other. Like it was just the craziest thing where they were all just like, oh my God, I'm in the room with Harry Belafonte. I'm in the room with I'm in the room with that person. Like everybody felt, I don't know. Like it was just crazy how they all like really looked up to one another. And it's true. Like they were all the shit. They really were. So the fact that all these people were in one room, huge. Really, really huge. And I do think that it was sweet when they did the whole hit thing for Harry Belafonte and they was singing his song or whatever. But I ain't gonna lie, I was just like, if I was there, I'd have been like, can we wrap this shit up because I am hungry and tired and ready to go home. Yeah, daylight come and me won't go home. Thanks, Harry. But yeah, I'm just playing. I'm just kidding. But anyway, back to him being very nervous. He's just like, everybody is doing it and they're doing a great job. And they keep like cutting and doing it over again or whatever. And it's never getting to me. And like he just wanted to hurry up and get his shit off because he was nervous that he wasn't gonna do a good job. Then they asked him to do to do harmony with, who was he singing with? He was singing with Cyndi Lauper and some other country type lady. I don't know. She did a decent job or whatever, but I don't know who she was. Cyndi Lauper, travesty. Like she's awful, all that screaming. But yeah, he was just like, in, it wasn't a confessional, but when he was talking to the camera, he's just like, yo, we didn't do any harmony throughout this whole song, and now suddenly they want me to do harmony. Like he was nervous, he couldn't get it. The guy that I really, really like, Steve Perry, or whatever my handwriting says, he was trying to help them get the harmony because he was dope, y'all. Go back and watch his part. I wish yeah, I don't know his part, but he did a really good job. Um, but yeah, I just thought it was very, very cute that they were nervous and they didn't want to disappoint, but they also didn't want to embarrass themselves in front of all these different people. And then they started going around the room getting autographs. How cool is that? Like everybody's getting their each other's autographs or whatever. Sheila E was just like, oh my God, they want my autograph. Sheila E ended up figuring out the fact that they really, really wanted Prince. And, you know, she was in close contact with Prince constantly telling him, "Oh, you should come. It's cool." Prince was just like, "No." Prince told them, "Listen, I'll do a guitar solo." They said, but we don't need one." So, anything else? So no, he wasn't going to do it. He also said that he would do his guitar solo from another room. Like Prince was not fucking with all these people. He just wasn't. Like he had no interest in being there. Sheila E ended up being like, listen, I feel like they're using me. So she was just kind of out. Um, she was still in it, but I think she left just like very early once she realized that they really wanted Prince. Like they were just kind of using her to get to Prince, and he was not having it. And you know, all his demands or whatever that he was trying to get, that's okay. We're gonna do it without Prince anyway. I'm not gonna lie, Michael Jackson did his thing on this song, y'all. Michael Jackson was singing. He really was. I do think Lionel Richie did a good job. You know, quite a few people did a good job, but quite a few people did not. So there's that. You guys, I just got a text from my friend Erica who just reminded me of something that I was just like, what? The American Music Awards, the awards that they were giving away was top black artist, top black album. This, like best black. Really? We let them get away with that? Like we let them get away with calling us black, even though we black. Like we let them just say that shit all on American Music Awards. Stuff was just so politically wrong back in the day, and we just let people get it off. It's so crazy how different it is now that you have to watch everything that you say. And yeah, that's crazy that they used to call it best black album, best black song. What the fuck? All right, y'all, I'm gonna wrap it up. I don't want it to be too long. I just wanted to pretty much give my opinion on everything. And just to sum everything up, I think it was a very. Oh, wait. We cannot stop without talking about Al Jarreau, y'all. And the fact that they said Al Jarreau was hitting the wine. He was like, let's celebrate. They were like, he wanted to celebrate before the celebration. And he was hitting it. And Al Jarreau was, but he still sound good. Sorry. Al Jarreau still sound good. He looked, well, he didn't look bad. And then it's so funny because he was talking like he was a little drunk and he was just kind of all over the map a little bit. But then when he spoke, he was very, he's like, yeah, let's just do it. Yeah, we almost got it. We almost there. We have it. Yeah, that's fine. And then like he was just singing kind of and acting kind of out of it. So it was confusing, but still like Al Jarreau. Is he living? Is Al Jarreau living? I think Al Jarreau is still living, right? So I will say that it was very sad just thinking about all the people that passed away in that room. And then when they actually showed it at the end, I was surprised to know that it was only 10. Like I thought that half the room was like, it's just rude of me because I don't know. I just did not know. But I did, y'all. I thought that like half the room was gone. So it still was very, very sad. The 10, like that's a huge 10. The people that, that passed away, Tina Turner, Michael Jackson, the Two Pointer Sisters or whatever, two of them. Like, how shitty is that? Yeah, it was not great, and it was a little sentimental. And I won't lie, like I got a little teary eyed in the end because it really is a big deal. Like this was a big deal. And they were saying how when it was over, Diana Ross was in the back crying because she was like, I don't want it to be over. And I was feeling her on that because it was such a huge, like these people were huge and they were all getting along. And, Quincy Jones put that thing at the top of the door that said, check your egos at the door or whatever. And yeah, the fact that they made it happen and they were all actually very nice to one another, except the racist that walked out. And that's fine. Go ahead. But yeah, I just felt like it just gave me all the good feels. It did. I liked it. I feel like it was a feel good situation. It was historic, like they said, and they went on to win many awards and help Africa and all that. So it was a big deal. But can we just actually talk about the fact that the song was trash, y'all? For real. I'm sorry, but it was. The song was trash. Yeah, the world, like it was trash, but it did what it was supposed to do. So there's that. All right, you guys. If you are still with me, you are the real MVP. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. If you have not already, please consider subscribing. Once again, we would love to have you be part of the Beautiful People family. It is absolutely free to just hit the subscribe button, you guys. Like the video, let's talk about it. Maybe, my opinion is not your opinion. Maybe you feel like the song was all that. If so, you guys, let's talk about it, okay? All right, I think I got everything. Hopefully I didn't miss anything because later on I'll be like, damn it, I forgot to talk about this and I forgot to talk about that. I think I touched on everything. I did say that I hate Dionne Warwick's face, right? Yeah, I said that. All right, so that's everything, you guys. enjoy the rest of your evening. Once again, you are the MVP. If you have made it this far, thank you. I appreciate you guys, and I will be back on the channel. I promise. I promise. Like the video, subscribe, and I will see you guys. I don't know what that was. Guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Smooches!